Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Um, yeah, we today again. This is a very holy individual, a wali, who lived not too long ago. Bawa Muhaiyadeen. This is a Sufi sheikh and saint who lived in the Sri Lankan wilderness for many years in isolation, and he grew close to Allah. He taught about the oneness of Allah and the oneness of all of creation, about unity between different religions and between human beings, and the discovery of the divinity within us and within nature, and so on and so forth. He was a very holy individual, and he traveled to the States, to Pennsylvania, and eventually there was a masjid there. He created for his tariqah, and now there continues to be a fellowship that operates there. And one of the things that I really appreciate, and I think is, really telling of his devotion and his taqwas, awareness of Allah, is his love for not only human beings but for all humans, but also for the animal kingdom. And I have some quotes of Bawa Muhaiyadeen, so I will quote from him here. Do not kill any living being for your food. God created all lives. And another quote: if we harm other lives for our taste, how will compassion grow in our hearts? Another quote: all lives feel pain and fear. The heart that understands this will not take life for its hunger. Another quote: to develop mercy, we must see every life as part of the same creation. Another quote: the one who seeks God must learn compassion for all beings. So of course, this should be a basic fundamental of, coming into Sufism and Islamic mysticism, claiming that we submit our will to Allah. We should try to reduce our impact upon the creation. Now, before somebody says that plants are alive and plants have intelligence, I'm going to add to this. I'm going to address this. Yes, plants are alive and plants have intelligence. Plants do not have a central nervous system, and plants lack sentience, or to say the least, they lack the same degree of sentience as animal life. Now, let's say if we lived in a universe where plants do have the ability to feel the same amount of pain as an animal, still, by being a vegan, by being plant-based, you are responsible for less plant suffering and less plant death. As, here's an example: one cow requires, over 100 pounds of plant feed a day versus a human who is fully grown between 3 and 7 pounds roughly of plant food. So to feed a human, it's going to take a lot less plants than to feed many farm animals. And I would also like to say that 83% of the world's deforestation is for the expansion of, over 83% is for the expansion of the animal agriculture industry. So, of course, in order for us to live, we need to take life, but can we reduce the amount of suffering? I believe plant-based dieting and veganism does reduce the amount of suffering. And with that, this means that we as Muslims, meaning people who submit our will to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we as Sufis who see the unity of Allah in all of creation, and as mystics who believe in the universality of Allah and who believe that His truth is found in all groups of people and all of the creation. It should go without saying that we understand the Qur'an from an esoteric perspective primarily, and that it should be a fundamental that we try to reduce our harm towards animals. And I would like to again quote from Bawa, and this is from one of his books. Let me bring it up here. 1 second. Okay. Yeah, so here's from Bawa. This is from the Golden Words of a Sufi Sheikh, one of his books. Ali never ate meat for 40 days in a row. We should reduce our consumption of meat. People cannot simply kill as they pleased. They could take only what was needed. So this is him talking about Ali. And keep in mind, this is in the context of the desert in Arabia, 1400 years ago. So things were a lot different then. Sometimes people actually had to eat animals, unlike today. But the point is that according to Bawa, animal ethics was still on, Ali was still thinking about this. And this is from teachings summarized in Animals and World Religions, which discuss some of Bawa's teachings. He says, we must be aware of everything we do. All young animals have love and compassion. If we remember that every creation was young once, we will never kill another life. So these are some more of his quotes. Again, he was a very holy individual, and I suggest people look into some of his books. I will continue to be quoting from him as well. And so this is some of the animal ethics taught by Bawa Muhaiyadeen. And I'd like to end this video with a quote verse from the Qur'an. That is Qur'an, Surah An-Nur, Ayat 41. And it reads, do you not see that Allah is exalted by whomever is within the heavens and the earth, and by the birds with wings spread in flight? Each of them has known his own means of salat and tasbih, glorification, and Allah is knowing of what they do. So here it's saying everything, as in the fitrah, to glorify Allah. That means everything is connected in its Tawheed, in its worship. And we should keep this in mind in our habits. And again, I believe that animal ethics is the key to peace between humans. Peace between man and animals is the key between peace between humans. Inshallah, and Allah will complete His light and His grace upon this creation. Al-Haq wa al-Nur.